Gentlemen, one of the greatest voices on TV. 17 seasons have to be. Can you imagine doing anything for 17 seasons in this business that we call entertainment? But it's rewarding entertainment, substantive entertainment. A lot of content that can improve your life, the best kind of entertainment. A lot of people I talk to say they don't watch television because it's trash. I saw you feeding yourself as trash. I said, you must not be watching the Dr. Phil show. And he's here with us again, lady, for the second round, the second go-round. Dr. Phil is back.
Dr. Phil.
Hey, what's up?
How you been, brother?
I'm all right.
It's a celebration right now, huh?
We're getting ready to kick off season 17. What do you think?
I think that's amazing. I think you should be excited about it, and it's a testament to your work and the need, the demand that you create through the information you give people to help them improve the quality of their lives.
Well, we're really proud of it. We're just getting ready to kick off on Monday,
Okay.
the 10th, and 17 seasons.
Yeah.
I'm like, people ask me if it seems like that. It really doesn't. It seems like we started like a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it just flashes by, you know.
What have you learned? Like, you know, I know you're a trained professional who studied and certified and got credentials, but what have you learned personally in this process?
Oh, nothing.
He's come clean.
It's like, nah, I swear, I already knew the shit I knew going into it, man.
I've just been kind of kicking it out. Boy, I'll tell you, you learn something every day. And the first thing you learn is to not say, I've seen it all now. Because it's. We were talking just the other day. When I started, the first text had not been sent. There were no smartphones. I mean, all of these things that we're seeing now with kids getting into trouble on the social platforms and predators getting after them and all of these things, that didn't even exist when I started. So we're having to really deal with all of that and teach kids how to defend themselves in that situation, how to spot these people grooming them on the internet and those sort of things. So you have to learn that. For example, bullying used to happen behind the gym or on the bus docks, you know, when you're waiting for it. Now they go home and they're in their bedrooms and they're getting bullied from the kids at school, and you can change schools and the bullies follow them to the next school.
Yeah.
And so you have to learn a whole new set of dynamics socially that's going on. And it's even true from when my kids were growing up. In fact, my son's here. Jay's over here in the corner. Say hey to Jay.
Jay, what up, baby? How you doing, man? Does he get on the mic?
Yeah, sure. Put him on the mic. He'll talk to you.
Hello, Jay.
How's everybody doing?
What's up, Jay? How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm pretty good.
Jay is executive producer of The Doctors.
Oh, nice.
And Face the Truth and Daily Mail TV and Bull. And he's the founder of Doctor on Demand, the telemedicine company in Silicon Valley. And,
Jay said, keep going. I'm making my home money now, Dad. Hey, we had Dr. Andrew Orton.
Oh, Dr. Orton, yeah.
Yeah, he came on the
He's
show
great.
just yesterday.
Oh, yesterday, yeah, because we are our season premieres on Monday also.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So you making more than your dad now?
Well,
hey, he needs to take care of me in my old age. Is what that's what it is.
Yeah.
you mean you're talking about now?
Yeah.
Wow, damn.
Turn that kid's mic off.
Okay. But what was it like growing up with your dad? Like
Pull the plug on that little shit. He's calling me old.
Little shit.
like the advice.
Does that answer enough to your
That's what
question?
it was like.
Yeah, exactly.
Call you little shit at the house, you know, you little shit. That's what but some of the advice you see him giving folks, if things happen in the household, would you kind of receive that same type of advice?
You know, it's. I guess there's two versions of it, right? And I don't know any different. It's the only dad I've ever had, but I certainly wouldn't change it. I mean, I've never felt like I was sitting down with the guy that's on the show. But, you know, when that's just the world you grow up in, I guess, you know, you're always getting good advice and answers, and when you're not even asking questions.
So when they used to argue, your mom and your dad, man, how they used to settle their situations?
You know, it's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen them argue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's nuts.
What?
Yeah.
How'd you do that? That's the secret you need to tell.
We go outside.
Exactly.
Wow.
Could you imagine being married to him, by the way?
No, I can't.
My God.
Never even crossed my mind, Jay. No, but obviously you guys got a great relationship, and congratulations, too, on your success.
Thanks, man.
Man.
Having a good time. It's fun.
That's what's up, man.
So I'm wondering, Dr. Phil, can you be your own therapist, or do you have to see someone else when you're going through things?
Well, no question about it. You cannot be your own therapist. You cannot do that because you've got to have objectivity. You got to have the ability to step out and look back. And the key to any kind of change is having insight. So you need to be able to look at yourself objectively, but you can't do that and be effective without having the advice of somebody else.
Right.
And so you clearly need to have other input. And they always talk about in Hollywood, you got a bunch of stars surrounded by sycophants and yes men that tell them everything they want to hear. I've got 400 or 500 people work for me. I can't find a damn one of them doesn't argue with me every day. Maybe that's why we're number one.
Yeah, that's what it is. So you hear that? Okay, that is all right. Okay.
So a lot of people will often look at prayer, the relationship with God, as a supplement to therapy. How do you feel about that?
Well, I am a Christian, and I feel like I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ and have since I was 13 years old. And I don't wear it on my sleeve and push it in people's face, but it's a very important part of my life. And I did that with my kids. I always showed them what my relationship was. And I did it because I don't ever want them to be alone, because I wanted them to have a relationship with God, because but when I'm gone, they're not alone if they have a relationship with the Father. So if they see me having that relationship, then it's easy for them to have that relationship. So I think it's a very important part.
Dr. Phil is here, man. We're excited, man. 17 seasons. He's premiering Monday, September the 10th. Dr. Phil's show, the Daytime Emmy Award. You've been nominated every year since 2004.
We've had a lot of nominations. I don't think they know what to do with us.
Yeah.
We're not exactly an entertainment show. We don't like to have celebrities on and stuff like that.
Yeah. They should just give you the awards.
Yeah.
That's what they should do. We're going to open up these phone lines. I'm going to talk to Dr. Phil, 888-742-3345. 845, Dr. Phil is here. Heather, what is like when you see Dr. Phil, you watch him on TV, and we have him in the studio right now, man?
He's just chilling. I like the idea that he comes here, he just hangs out and just chilling. And he never thought he'd be on a hip-hop station just hanging out.
Look, this is my favorite radio show, and I don't say that anywhere else. This is my favorite radio show, and you can ask everybody if I say that or not. Rich.
Wow.
All
His
these
people
guys
would
over
nod.
here.
Yeah, Dr. Phil, you a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I want to just hear him say that again.
Okay, can you say it? Producing you right now.
Two
Go
is
ahead.
better than one.
Everybody's talking over him. It was such a nice
What was
clip.
that you said, Dr. Phil?
I don't remember now.
All right, DB, you got a question real quick?
Yeah, I was just curious, just rolling off of what Tracy asked before about religion and how that plays into people coping with different issues. How do you feel about the way people gravitate towards cults and that sort of thing, because they use that as their way of finding belonging to something?
Everybody wants to belong somewhere, and that's what's scary about it. There are over 5,000 active cults in America right now. 5,000. Think about that. And it's scary that people will get involved in these things. And you can understand it if it's like one person gets somebody in their head and so follows them. But you get a group of people and not one person stands up and throws the bullshit flag on. You wonder about that. You get these people where they, Jim Jones, everybody kills themselves. What was
David
it?
Koresh.
What, the Comet?
Yeah.
What was that? Where they all new tennis shoes and
Heaven's
then they all
Gate.
killed themselves?
Heaven's Gate, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because wouldn't you think? I mean, even what was it down in Waco?
Oh, yeah.
that David
Koresh.
Was that
yeah.
was that the David Koresh
Yeah.
thing down there? Because I was in Dallas when all that was happening. This guy's saying he's the son of God. He's wearing glasses. I mean,
I'm dead. I'm dying. You flawed.
really, wouldn't somebody say in the back of the room, say, "You're wearing glasses? You're the son of God."
Son of God, I can't see? What is that?
What about Scientology? A lot of people look at that as a cult.
Well, a lot of people look at it as a cult, and I've actually not studied much about that. But what I do know about it is very concerning. very concerning, the parts of it that I do know and understand, because the number one tool of an abuser is isolation. And anytime somebody is isolating people from the rest of the world, from their family, from other influences, that's scary to me.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Because you don't want anybody else weighing in. That's troublesome, right?
Yeah.
So if there's secrecy and isolation, that's a red flag.
We got Carl on the line from Oregon. Good morning, Carl. How you doing?
Hey, Carl.
Hey, good morning, Sway. Good morning, whole family out there. I just had a question for Dr. Phil about if given the opportunity to talk to Donald Trump, what advice would he give him on his attitude or his tweets?
How much time do we have?
We don't have that much time.
He took a breath.
No, listen, I do know Donald Trump. I've known him for years, and he's not much one for taking advice, so I don't think it would matter what I would tell him.
Yeah.
He kind of goes to his own, takes his own counsel and does what he wants to do. And I think his strategy has been that he can't get the media to do what he wants to do, so he just wire around him and have his own television station and his own radio station and his own newspaper, and it's called Twitter.
Yeah.
And so he's just putting out headlines while we're sleeping. And what bothers me is, when is he sleeping?
Yeah.
Because if I was going to, if you said to me, okay, Dr. Phil, we have somebody here, just anybody, just random person on the street, and you can control one thing and you want to make them crazy, what would it be? Let me control their sleep. You let me sleep deprive somebody, and that can make them insane.
That's self-torture.
If you can just keep them awake long enough, their brain chemistry's changed, and you can drive them insane with sleep deprivation. And I wonder, when is he sleeping?
When does he sleep?
Because he's at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, he's texting, and then he's up the next morning. I don't get it.
Dr. Phil, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good thing to have you here, because a lot of people who've come up in the community, we've all come up in the hip-hop community, always shied away from therapy. They didn't understand the benefits of therapy and how it can help you, solve problems in life. And there are a few people who publicly have had what we consider to be damn near breakdowns that we want to ask you about. So we came up with this game. Well, not a game, this segment, and we call it
The Hip Hop Doc. This guy has helped athletes, actors, and reality stars. But today, we want to see what kind of advice he would give to rappers. It's The Hip Hop Doc with Dr. Phil. Right now, on Sway in the morning.
All right, man. Hey, man. Dr. Phil is a new member of the show. In case you didn't know, that's what this is, man. So let's start with
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Let's start with Bow Wow, Dr. Phil. He had a public meltdown that he tried to explain recently. It all actually began on social media, where he was kind of acting as if fame was a venom he couldn't release from his body, and he was threatening to leave the industry, to not go on tour with people, all these sorts of things. And then recently, when he was on set for one of his shows that he's an executive producer for, he ended up trashing a lot of the production set, I think to the tune of like $40,000, something. $300,000. Yeah, and he blamed it on the fact that he wasn't able to walk his girlfriend to her car. All of these things, but it looks like fame is front and center of it all.
Well, listen. You know what? I think the worst job in entertainment is better than the best job in education or at the mall or whatever. And fans are really hard to come by. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, fans are really hard to come by. And if you're blessed enough that you do enjoy some notoriety and some fame, you should be grateful and gracious and thankful for that. You shouldn't be strutting around and acting like you're too good for it or better than that, because you know what? My dad used to say you shouldn't worry so much about what people think of you, and you wouldn't if you knew how seldom they did, because you can get forgotten like that. And pretty soon you don't have a set to tear up. Pretty soon you don't have anybody to strut in front of. I think you just need to be real careful about taking for granted what you have. That's just real bad karma.
Okay.
That's just really bad karma because that can go away. It's real hard to earn fans and real easy to lose them.
Real easy to lose them. And real hard. It's even harder to earn them back.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Okay, let's talk about Nas because he's had a really toxic relationship with his ex-wife Khalees. According to her, she had aired him out during an interview saying that he was physically and emotionally abusive. He kept quiet, and then recently he just put out a 7-part long message on his Instagram saying how she needs to stop painting him as an evil man, how this all has to do with her not wanting him to see his child, how he should have seen the red flags that she would not be the right person to be in a relationship with, how she's been the reason how he's lost certain key friendships in his life, and he never hit her. But we've never seen Nas be this public about his private life, ever. And clearly he's going through a lot.
Well, look, anytime you get into a custody situation, people get, the stakes are very, very high because you know how much you bond with a child and how strongly you feel that connection. And if somebody threatens that, now you do start doing things you didn't do before in terms of going public, and you feel like you need to defend yourself because you're going to try in the court of public opinion what is going to be tried in the court. And so you're trying to, it's kind of like you and your sister get in a fight and break a lamp. Who's going to win? Well, first one that gets to mama.
Yeah.
You need to be the first one to get to mama and say, she broke the lamp.
Yeah.
And so what you're seeing is people trying to get into the court of public opinion and get the narrative out there and control the narrative before they get into court, because judges watch this, juries watch this, everybody watches this stuff, and they're not immune from that. And so you feel like, I do need to control this narrative and get out there. But just because somebody says they've been emotionally abused, just because they said they have been physically abused, does not mean they have been. It's real easy to jump to conclusions. I don't know him. I don't know whether he has done that or whether if he has, there is absolutely no excuse to ever put your hands on a woman in anger, ever. No excuse, no reason ever to do that. Period. I don't care if she's hitting you. I don't care if she's threatening you. If she is, jump out the window and run away. Do not hit a woman ever. You just don't do that. And if he's done that, he should not. And if he is, he should be accountable. If he has, he should be accountable for it. But we don't know that. You can't jump to that conclusion. And in the court of public opinion, until you have evidence to the contrary, you shouldn't jump to conclusions about it.
There, Dr. Phil right there. The diggy doc right there, man. The hip-hop doc right here, man. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of folks on the phone lines. Hit him up directly on his social media. I want to say congratulations, 17 seasons. I've watched you the entire time. I always enjoy watching you. Now when I watch you, I say that, look at my friend. Look at him do his thing, Heather B. That's my dude right there, man. And welcome to the show, man. You're a new member of Sway in the Morning.
Well, thank you. Sway in the Morning, Dr. Phil's favorite radio show.
Make sure you check out his new podcast, too, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Fill in the blanks in January.
That's right, man. Look, up next, we got Ashley Simpson and Ashley Simpson Ross
yep.
and Evan Ross are here. They got a new project. They got a new reality show. Man, would you give them any advice about this reality show? It's about their lives.
Well, I tell you what, you got to keep boundaries. People get in these reality shows and it starts to control their lives. You got to keep those boundaries. It's just protect yourselves.
Okay, that's from Dr. Phil, guys. All right, that's up next. Plus, we got DB's Movie Junkie.
Oh, yeah, the special edition, my review of The Nun.
Shade 45.